Athens, Cairo, New York, Oakland, Madrid, Moscow, London, Duluth, Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and countless other places. Resistance to the exploitation and expropriation of our labor, our bodies, and our environment, and the daily existence that is forced on us by capitalism is building. We refuse to choose from the stark options that are offered to us between work, jail, and death. Instead, we, like so many others, choose to fight for a life worth living, a life in solidarity and mutual care for and with our community, a life that affirms creativity, learning, love, and struggle, and it rejects the structural violence in which capitalism implicates us as both subject and object. We take this action for a more meaningful and a more joyful existence. This building is owned by Hennepin County, and it has been left to rot. In light of that negligence, today we no longer respect that ownership, just as we do not respect the municipality whose allegiances are to the same regimes of private property that have led directly to urban blight and abandoned communities. Instead, for today, this building is all of ours. The people who would occupy it, redeem it from its state of idle decay, and use it for the common good and common enjoyment, as a site on which to build our community. Those authorities that would tell us that what we're doing today is wrong or bad speak with the same voice that tells us every day that work will set us free. They are the enemies of freedom, and their police have proven again and again that they are paid to protect the sanctity of private property at any cost, even when that property is left fallow, even when its only use is to fuel the machines of accumulation and feed the vanity of those who own it, even when there are starving people who could live on what is wasted and homeless people who could live in what is neglected. Right. Those forces will come out and tell us that we cannot do what we want to do, which is to patiently, carefully, and openly work together to fix this building up, make it beautiful again, and let it become a community resource. And we, who are meeting one another in the streets and learning to resist together, we do not yet have the capacity in this city to call their bluff and do that anyway. But we have been building that capacity with each new fight, and there is no alternative but for us to continue to do so until we can throw the doors open to all of the unused and wasted buildings and fill up their empty rooms with the richness of our lives. Yes! Yes! A word of caution, though, we must be careful that our energies are not co-opted and redirected towards reforming processes of exploitation, lending, owing, renting, and owning, under the assumption that we are living in a broken system that can be repaired. Capitalism is not in crisis. Capitalism is the crisis. This action, therefore, makes no demands of a system that is unreformable and uncorrectable. Instead, we take this action today so that we may learn together to resist and build an alternative life in common, not just in their decrepit churches, but in their factories and in their palaces. We have a life of joy to win, everybody. Let's take a little bit of it this afternoon. Thank you for